Welcome everybody to WWDC 2015. I am excited. With me today is Cameron Kilgore. Cameron. And we are bringing you live coverage of WWDC. Unfortunately, Apple has made it that you do need Safari to view the actual video. And they don't make Safari for Windows anymore, at least not that we could find. So Cameron and I both have the live blogs open on our computers. We are just going to be reading and telling you our thoughts and opinions. Cameron, have they started the event yet? Okay, we should be going. I am on, here's how you can find us. I am on Twitter at Chromajt or at JTLaurie. Both Twitter handles go to me, and use hashtag WWDC 2015. So that way I can see all your comments and they'll thread a little easier for me. I am also on the page for the live chat, and I will be in there throughout, and we'll try to answer your questions. If we don't get to your questions, please don't be upset. We are doing our best. We're trying to manage 27 different things. We got a Skype connection with Cameron. We got Google Plus Hangouts running for my end. There's a lot going on here, so if we miss it, we apologize. We will try to get to every question that we possibly can. And I think that's fair, is it not? So, loading the chat room now. Okay, what's really funny is I just opened the chat room, and the first thing that popped up is Apple's event from March and WWDC from last year. Lovely. So if you get bored of live, you can go watch a pre-recorded video, and I don't know. How are we coming there, Cameron? We got any action going on yet? Okay. This event will be... God, I wish we had a way to... Actually, we do. This event is being recorded, and I started the recording. It's an audio-only recording. We'll pull the video down off of YouTube and swap out the audio. That way the audio channels all sync up. But other than that, I'm ready. Cameron's ready. I think we're good to go here. So... And hopefully you can actually hear me, unlike the last stream for the pre-show where I did 12 minutes of no audio because I had the settings set wrong on Google+. Oopsie. My bad. Well, I've never used Voicemeeter with Google+ Hangouts, and I hadn't set it yet, so it was like, where's the microphone? And since we haven't officially started yet, because I doubt anything's going on that impressive yet, this is the last stream that I will be doing in 480-ish quality. There is an upgrade coming. It wasn't going to be here in time. I was hoping it'd be here on Friday. It's not getting here till today. New webcam. Actually, not one, not two, but 3 new webcams, all the same brand. 3 webcams. It's pretty impressive. All Logitech 920, so 1080. No more standard def thing. Because tomorrow we start the Tech Corner, episode number 1, and Cameron has agreed to co-host when he can. So you'll see him on there. You'll see him on there occasionally. He's in the intro. You'll see his photo flash up in the intro. But if he's not there, it will be me. But for sure tomorrow, we are doing Tech Corner. So, anything going on yet? No Mr. Tim Cook? So I don't know why, but before Apple events, I always feel like I need to watch some like Apple thing. So last night I watched the Steve Jobs movie with Ashton Kutcher, which I hate, not because of the story, but because it's Ashton Kutcher and I don't like Ashton Kutcher. But still, I felt obligated to watch it. On the movie? Eh, it's close to accurate. I mean, it's not. I don't know. Personally, I think they could have found like 20 other people to play Steve Jobs. That would have done it a lot better than Ashton Kutcher. I am not an Ashton Kutcher fan by any means of the imagination. And I don't think he was the right guy to play that part. I really don't. So, okay. Cameron, you're going to have to kind of yell in my ear when there's something going on that stage because it's still not loading on. Oh, wait. I think I actually have the stream now. I think I am good. Not the video, but the same thing you have. I can get the video. I just have to load it on my iPad, but it's not that convenient. And okay, I'm wearing like 27 different things right now. I have an earpiece in for the audio for Cameron and for myself. And I've got a mic. Oh, Tim greets the audience of 2015. Here we go. I don't have a picture of Tim, but at least I can sort of see what's going on. Cameron, you're probably going to be a little bit more reliable on that because I'll forget to look over here. Let's see. We got anything going on in the chat room? Oh, 100 sessions, 150 labs focused on the latest. I can't see what that says. Technologies for Mac and iOS. Okay. I love having two screens. It makes it a little easier, but still kind of like, I feel like, you know, the dog in Up, the squirrel moment. Today is like one of those days because I literally, if it moves in the corner of my eye, okay. We have someone that is really glad we are doing the stream again, that he likes watching us every year do the WWDC event. And he says we sound really good. Okay. We'll take that. Compliments we'll take. If you're here to hate, just leave. Bye-bye. And Android versus iOS debates, not today. I'm not in the mood to deal with that. Anything new and exciting? Okay. Cameron, are you a registered developer? I am too. So we should be good. We will be bringing you iOS 9 coverage, probably myself, possibly if Cameron's willing to do a couple of videos and upload them to this channel. He might do a video or two. Because Cameron knows this, and those who watched the pre-show know this. I'm leaving on Saturday for a week. So my video making abilities are going to be slightly limited, and my Wi-Fi is not going to be the greatest. So if Cameron's willing to help me out and record a couple of videos, good. My goal is to record as many as I can today. Like, once I get it all installed, I'm going to play around for like 10 minutes, learn as much as I can myself, but then go into recording as many videos as I can. I'm just going to keep going and try and have them preloaded and maybe upload them unlisted and then just release them flip them to public when I'm ready to release them. But if it's like iOS 8, okay. For those of you who don't know, I did the beta for iOS 8 on an iPhone 4S. Let's just say I was very thankful that I only had to deal with the actual version of iOS 8 on a 4S for 2 days. Then I went to my little baby over here, my iPhone 6. I love you. I've had mine since launch day, September 19th, 2014. Still the original iPhone that I was purchasing. I've not had to swap it out yet. It has been a tank. I've dropped it about 6 million times because it's really slippery and I don't keep a case on it because I have a thing about cases. But it still works beautifully. If it's yeah. Isn't it slippery? Yeah, I'm currently running 8.4 beta, whatever we're on right now. I forget. Okay. Oh, wait, something's going on the stage. What's going on? What's going on? Yay, I love him! I love him! He's funny! I can't wait to watch the video later. He's so funny. God, let him do both Mac and iOS. Don't have someone else do iOS. These Apple lords. Greg. Love him. Seriously, he's so funny. Oh, wait. OS 10 Yosemite has the fastest adoption rate of any PC operating system in history. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Again, if you watched the pre-show, you heard my feelings about the fact that Windows 10 is less than a month away. If you haven't done so already and you're on Windows, you can reserve a free copy if you are on Windows 7, 8, or 8.1. It is a notification down your notification bar. You enter in your email address, and they will email you when your download is ready to go. Hey, even though this is an Apple show, we still have to talk somewhat about Windows. I mean, heck, 90% of our fan bases are probably on Windows. And what's really sad is I could do this on a Mac. I have a Mac, but my Mac runs Leopard and hasn't been able to connect to the internet since last year when lightning hit my house, the power went out, and it fried the Ethernet cord port. So, yeah, internet doesn't work on it anymore. And even still, even when the internet did work on it, it was dirt slow. And that was weird because I have a ridiculously fast connection. Okay. Ooh, I like the new name. OS 10 El Capitan. Well, it's a mountain range. I know that. El Capitan? I don't know. I like the name. It's very Spanish. Apple, has Apple ever done Spanish for an OS X name? I don't think so. There we go. It's essentially Yosemite again. Yay! I don't know. I never played with Yosemite. Was it any good? I mean, it's a problem with the G4. It doesn't run anything past Leopard. New gestures make it easier than ever to do quick actions like deleting messages in mail. Oh, yeah. You're getting the updates faster than I am. I hadn't even gotten that one yet. Okay, the fact that they're showing off Pinterest, Facebook, and Twitter, are we going to see Pinterest integration today? I mean, we already have Facebook and Twitter, and that makes sense. But I don't know. I don't get Pinterest. I would do it, but I don't get it. I really don't get it. I mean, heck, I struggle with Instagram, and I get Instagram. Okay. I wonder, it's probably a knock on Microsoft is what it sounds like to me. Mm-hmm. You know, I should probably check. I'm assuming you're coming through on the audio. I would assume you would be. God, I hope you are. Talk. Cameron, say something. No. Who else would I be talking to? Well, yeah, but I'm mainly talking to you. Okay, save. Now try talking. Okay, now you're coming through. You were going through before, but I just wanted to make sure. Luckily, I'm recording the audio of the whole thing in Voicemeeter. So what I'm going to do is as soon as this is done, I'm going to pull it, and then I'll replace the audio with this track. So you're for sure in this one. So OS X El Capitan has a nice ring to it. Really does. I really like that name. Mostly because I run around saying I El Capitan already. So now I could be talking about OS X or just say El Capitan. I miss the big cats. Does anyone else miss the big cats? They still have like 20 more cats. Why did we have to change to landmarks? Or better yet, OS X House Cat? OS X Pussycat? I mean, heck, the naming of cats is a difficult matter. If anyone knows that reference. Oh, update. Enhanced full screen view in Mail lets you add tabs to new message windows. What does that mean? Are they referring to like internet tabs? Like what you can do in like Google Chrome? Or pretty much any browser nowadays? Is there any browser that doesn't support tabs? I don't think so. Maybe Internet Explorer, but I haven't used Internet Explorer in so long, it's not even funny. You know, I haven't really looked at it too closely. Quite frankly, I've been kind of focused more so on what Apple. Here's the thing. I like Microsoft. Obviously, I use it. I want to get off of Microsoft though, is my bigger thing though. So I'll use it until I don't need it anymore, you know? And I'm perfectly happy on Google Chrome. And Google Chrome works for me. I've been using it for years, heck, ever since it launched a few years ago. Well, we've already had space. The bar. Huh? This looks exactly like what we've had before. You know, because you've always had spaces, and the idea of spaces is it's a virtual desktop, and you have multiple desktops. In one instance of Mac OS 10, I mean, essentially, the only reason I don't know why Microsoft doesn't enable virtual or secondary desktops within operating system, but Windows 10 that is added. So okay. So essentially what Windows 7, 8, and now 10 have had for a while. The only difference between Windows and Linux, don't want to forget Linux. I don't use Linux because there's a program that I need to run that I have tried to run Wine. It doesn't run. It does not like it. So I don't do Linux. Now, Cameron, what video editor do you still use? Do you still use Vegas? Oh, Captain has turned up things you use every day, improving performance across the system. Did I say turned? Okay, you guys gotta understand, we have to read these kind of quick. So if we say little flubs like that, just go with it. In preview. Okay. So now, Cameron, why do you still use Vegas? Because you know I jump ship, right? I mean, okay, this is where it gets really weird. Is I'm actually a certified Vegas Pro trainer, but updates. Nice. Okay, I am not a gamer, but I do appreciate metal for the few games I do play on my 6. It is nice. Nice. Yeah, no, but here's where it gets weird. I'm a certified Vegas Pro trainer, and yet I don't use Vegas anymore. Have you ever used Final Cut? It's almost identical to Final Cut. It really is. If you've worked in Final Cut and you have a basic understanding of Final Cut Pro, you can even map the keys in Premiere to the same keys as Premiere or as Final Cut, which is what I do. I just change all the keyboard shortcuts to the same as Premiere, or same as Final Cut Pro, and I'm good. You know, it takes me longer to do an edit, but it's mostly because I have to render now to preview, but it's not that big of a deal. And I'm hoping to get a new computer soon anyway, and get something that can support the Mercury playback engine. And then that issue goes away entirely. So, see, all my problems would be remedied if I just upgraded my computer. It really would. Problem is, I needed it. I bought this computer because I needed a computer quick. Do we have an update? Oh, we do. It's good for gaming. Essentially, is what it's saying. Okay. Oh, good. You have all the tech blogs open. Oh, good. Where did my Twitter go? I had it open. Now that you say that, what the heck? Twitter. Open. Open Cadabra. Twitter is loading. Remember the days where you can only have one website open at a time? How did we ever survive that? Heck, you weren't even around when dial-up. Oh my god, dial-up. Oh. Oh god. Epic Games shows off how Metal for Mac has helped them design monsters that are uglier than ever. Okay. I don't even know what to say to that, but no, I lived, if you're not familiar with Minnesota, I lived out in Eden Prairie. And in Eden Prairie, there is a school called Eden Lake. Cameron will know where I'm talking about. I lived across the street from Eden Lake on Preserve Boulevard, literally. And our house, we got dial-up. We actually switched from, I can't believe I'm about to say this, we switched from Mac to PC to get dial-up, which why we did that, I don't know. But we got dial-up and we only had it in one spot. Stephanie Shoup just tweeted the split screen for OS 10 El Capitan looks pretty slick. So I had dial-up, and then I went from dial-up, then we moved, and then we got Quest, so we got DSL. Although that was weird. We had, actually no, we had dial-up, and then we upgraded to Roadrunner. We have an R1. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I had Comcast in Minnesota, and I was perfectly happy with Quest. And oddly enough, it. Okay. I'm not in the Mac program, so. Okay, the fact that they went through OS 10 that quickly. Because you know when they announced the price and everything, yeah. So we're moving on to iOS 9 probably would be my guess. Will be next. Craig shifts the focus to iOS. Who is right? This guy. What did I just finish saying? iOS will be next. And Craig is doing iOS, which is even better. Unfortunately, his comedy does not come through in live blog form. So we'll all have to watch the video later and get the commentary. So for those people that don't know, today is like Christmas for geeks because we get to hear about all new stuff. But at the same time, for us tech reviewers and tech guys, our day starts off really slow and then gets really busy. We have an update. Yay! Thank you! Does anyone not remember the corner pop? Because it still does it. I don't like it. If I tell you about it, you're never going to be able to unsee it. Go to one of your folders and watch it very closely as it loads, and particularly the corners. The corners pop. Oh, it might not work then. Craig reveals the new features of iOS 9. I have been waiting so long. Yeah, pretty much. Siri takes okay. And is okay. Anyone else notice that they changed the Siri? She's now just color. She matches the watch. Again, I don't like the pastel thing. I know Johnny Ives is in charge of design. Could he have picked a different color palette? I don't like pastels. You know, I didn't like iOS 7. I still don't like iOS 8. Now there are even more topics you can ask Siri about. Photos, videos, reminder to finish an article you are reading on the web. That's cool. But couldn't you have already done that? Just say, remind me when I get home to finish reading this article, or remind me when I get blah to finish reading this article. Okay. Yeah. See, Cameron and I are just waiting for this event to be done and over so we can go to the post show and go into playing with iOS 9. That's pretty much what we're in this for. We watch it. It should download, no problem. We're both registered in the developer. Okay, that's just creepy. That is kind of a little creepy. Add location to an event in calendar. iPhone will suggest when you should leave. Again, with the creepy factor. I noticed that it's harder to read. Probably. Yeah. I'm just thinking if it's because obviously that's a 6 that they're showing it on. At least that's what I'm guessing in the photos here. It should be okay. Because, yeah, we should be okay. With iOS 9, you can search for more, including sports, schedules, Netflix movies, and information inside of apps. Oddly enough, the Netflix thing actually does kind of appeal to me because I have tried to use Spotlight to search in Netflix. I've done it too many times. Although, here's my gripe with Netflix. They're great. I still subscribe to them. I subscribe to Hulu Plus. I'm going to be doing Amazon Prime here, hopefully. They never seem to get anything anymore. Like, good. You know, it's like you find something good, you save it, you watch it, and then you want to watch it again later, it's gone. You know? Because I'm a sucker for like old TV shows or stuff that I know I like. Like, I don't know, what's a good example? Well, that's why I'm gonna switch out the audio in a bit here, so I can double check the settings. Okay, you have to read because it hasn't popped up on mine yet. Oh, good God. Please let me say to turn that off. It's creepy. Does anyone else not think that's creepy? I'll help you fix it later. We're good for right now. Like I said, we're recording everything. Yeah. When you grab your iPhone, oh God, that is just creepy. Does anyone else not think that's creepy? You might be reminded of something you saw in Safari. Your device can remind you to read that page. Again with the creepy factor. iOS, here's the new name for iOS 9. iOS 9, creepy. So while we're waiting for a new update, if you haven't done so already, become a patron on my Patreon page, patreon.com/ChromaJT. Donations start at just $1 a month. Also, if you haven't done so, I have 3 courses out on udemy.com. Getting started with Evernote, screencasting made easy, and growing your YouTube channel. All 3 courses are $125. Bundles will be coming soon. I just got to figure out how to set that up. Craig helps Phil plan a karaoke. Oh, good God. No. I mean, I can, but it's through my end that I'm hearing it. Okay. iOS 9. Yeah. Like I said, iOS 9. Creepy. So it's obviously something with messages that they're about to show off here. Actually, you said you have a developer account? You have iOS, though. So we'll be good. We can both just log in as you, and we can download them on our computers. I don't have a developer account anymore. I just register my UDID now. I save money. Your device lets you create calendar events and add invitees without using the keyboard. AKA Siri. It's been there for a while. Wait, when you start adding people to an email, your device suggests people you usually include with them. Again, yeah, it does look slightly different. It looks bolder, is what it looks like to me. Like the characters just look a little bit more pronounced. Yeah. I don't know. I get it's one thing to look at it in a picture in a couple hours when Cameron and I both have this on our phones. It's the pictures look like they're more professionally done, like they took screen grabs and did it that way, and they're just pushing them out with the event. Because you know it's an employee sitting there hitting the button for they preload all these posts, and they sit there and they just launch them at the right time. That's great. I don't really. Here's the thing: I cook, but I don't have any recipe apps. I really don't. I mean, I use all recipes, but I because it's on my iPad. Someone in the chat asked if we got Apple Watches. I did not. In Spotlight, your device will suggest recent contacts or places you may be interested in. Okay. Oh, it looks like also in Spotlight they've added news and social media icons such as Twitter, Kayak, Instagram. And I can't tell what that last one is because it's a little small. Thank you. I could not tell what that was. Oh. Yeah. You're in control of all your data. Searches are not associated with your Apple ID and not shared with third parties. My Twitter is just exploding at the moment. I had to think for a second, like, I follow you on Twitter, right? Yeah, I do. Couldn't remember if I did or not. One of my friends at Chromajt is hosting a live stream for WWDC. Oh, okay. Although you have, luckily that all feeds to me, but it's actually, I have 2 Twitter accounts. You know that, right? Okay. It's at JT Laurie. Discover will join Apple Pay this fall, which means Apple Pay will work with all major credit card networks. Oh my God, there's a girl on the stage. Jennifer Bailey. I think that needs to go marked down in history. This has always been the guys' show. Seriously, I can't name one single girl from Apple that has ever stepped foot on that stage. More brands are using Apple Pay, essentially. I'm not reading that list because, good God, we will be here for weeks. And heck, the ones that are just pictures and that I don't know. Yeah. Although I do like the whole Walt Disney World. I will be there in January. But here's the thing. Okay, Walt Disney World fans, well, I'll say this in a second. Hang on, updates. Apple Pay will be accepted at over 1 million locations in the US next month. That is 4 times the number at launch. Merchants are seeing more than 2 times increase in checkout rate among customers using Apple Pay in apps. I will say Apple Pay is very nice. It has saved my butt on a number of occasions. Now, if more places would just support it that are around me, we'd be good. But what I was starting to say is my only real issue with okay, change the way we pay. Purchase items from hundreds of stores within Pinterest. Whoop-de-doo. Didn't even know Pinterest had a store. Again, I don't use Pinterest. I don't get it. Okay. Yeah, that's right. It's only been US only until now. I gotta say, it's a little weird seeing a woman on the stage. It's kind of the guy's thing. It really is. Apple Pay. Okay, we already saw that. So are they going to open NFC up to something other than Apple Pay? Or is it really just going to be Apple Pay done? Okay. I'm just looking at these restaurants here, seeing if there are any that I really go to. I go to McDonald's, but I don't go there often enough. Oh, I know what I was starting to say. If you've been to Walt Disney World in the last couple of years, Disney already has NFC. It's called a Magic Band. Just saying. I'm just saying. If you have the Magic Band, you don't need Apple Pay because you can link the card to your Magic Band. Nice! That's actually what I've been looking for. Thank you! That's exactly what I was looking for. Select the reward card, tap it, and done. Nice! I go there all the time. That's awesome. Nice. Balance rewards. Nice. I go to both of those places. Okay. That's cool, I guess. I mean, it's been there since iOS 6 and no one really ever used it. It wasn't even Passport. What it was, the original idea behind Passbook was very cool. It was a place you could keep all your affinity cards and loyalty cards. The two problems was you had to have the app. Oh, wait, something about notes. Again? Does anyone use notes? Really? I don't. I use Evernote. I like Evernote. It works for me. My thing is when I take a note, I want it to be available on all my platforms. I think I have maybe 3 notes in Notes. I've been able to do that in Evernote for the longest time. And I pay for Evernote. So access your camera from Notes to add a sketch. Whoop-de-doo. I can do that in Evernote. You can add connect from Safari, Maps, other directly to your notes. Okay. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, that is kind of ironic that the image they show is a Delta faucet. I was actually looking at kitchen faucets yesterday. I'm not kidding. I really was. I was looking. We wanted to add a sprayer to our sink. So I was running around between Home Depot and Lowe's. Ended up getting a soap dispenser for our sink because we had the sprayer working, but we were getting a major leak. And the one thing I know about plumbing, and the only thing I know about plumbing, is gravity works. Notes will be available on Mac, iPad, and iPhone. Hasn't it always been on those three products? Yeah, I was just about to say, and it's been on iPhone and iPad since launch of both of those products. People use Maps every day, and iOS 9, it comes with new features. It had Google integration. They took it away. I doubt it. You know what? Okay, perfect test. I will do a video on Maps because I can actually use it this weekend when I'm driving 13 some odd hours all the way down to South Carolina. A new transit map view. They have not had that ever since Google Maps went away, so that's good. So you now have subways, trains, ferries, buses. That's good. Do we have a street view? I really miss Street View. Like, really miss Street View. And now I realize I can still get Street View. I just have to use the Google Maps app, and I have it. I forget I have it. Because 90% of the time I say, give me directions to something in Siri. And what does Siri default to? Maps. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I did that once. I'm not doing that again. I did it for one feature. One feature. It was Siri on the iPhone 4, back when I had an iPhone 4, which was several years ago. And I only had the iPhone 4 for a year. So, because then I switched carriers and still owed Verizon like $600. Woo! Okay. Of course we will. What cities are in the U.S.? Baltimore, Berlin, Chicago, London, Mexico City, New York, Philadelphia, San Fran, Toronto, and Washington, D.C. So pretty much all the major ones. The only one I don't see that could be an issue is L.A. Maps let you find nearby restaurants, bars, shops, and activities. So, okay, it's going to use location services, geolocate you, and find the stores and stuff nearby. Couldn't it already kind of do that? I mean, not to this level, but... Oh, side note, you can also see which locations accept Apple Pay. That's nice. Because I've done that a couple times. It's like, do they support Apple Pay? And then I feel like an idiot standing there with my phone trying to pay, and it doesn't work. People use built-in apps in iOS every day. Now comes a new app to iOS 9. And this new app is called... What? Oh my God, we got rid of Newsstand and now we have news? What? I hated Newsstand and I never used it. They finally made it so I could hide it. With iOS 7, that by far was the only good reason to upgrade to iOS 7. Seriously. tells us about the news app. Again, another woman. What is with the women? I'm not trying to be sexual here or anything, but you gotta understand, people. I've been doing this for years and have never seen a woman on that stage until today. I mean, I know they've had like guests come up and present for other companies, and there have been women, but women that work for Apple, a little weirder. News includes a section of articles based on your interest. It's another app I'm not even going to use. It really is. I didn't use Newsstand. I still don't use Newsstand. Have yet to buy a magazine, have yet to buy a newspaper. Thank God. I mean, I literally have a folder on my phone. It's the default folder for all the extra apps. I just shove everything in there that I don't want. No, I open it because there are a couple apps that I do use in there. But even when I use it, it's rare. I mean, Compass, never use. Tips, never use. Voice memos, never use. Contacts, I use, but I use it through the phone app. FaceTime, you can get to through the phone app. Game Center, never use. Calculator, once in a blue moon. Apple Watch, I don't even own an Apple Watch. Podcasts, no. Health, no. She's now showing off everything you can read and do inside of news. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the folder now. Literally, I don't even use 90% of the apps in this folder. And it's not an exaggeration. I mean, I don't think they look at it that way. I think they are looking at it from, because Apple is actually good about listening to customer feedback. My guess is they've gotten a lot of feedback of they wish there was an easier way to get our news, have it in one common spot. I'm guessing it's coming from that, and I'm sure there are people that will use this app. I am just not one of them. I get the point, and I get why they are doing it, but I don't think I will ever use it. News has the latest articles, stories, photos with over 1 million topics to choose from. Yeah, I mean, this will be great for some people. If you're the kind of person that the first thing you do every morning is pick up your phone and you read a newspaper or whatever the case may be, this will be useful for you. But I'm not that person. I'm never going to use it. You know, and then there are features that are polar opposite, like the Apple Pay with the cards, the loyalty cards. Awesome. Because my Panera card, I have to hand it to them every time and they have to swipe it. And it's like, I don't want to carry it. It's the biggest pain to remember that stupid thing. Keeps all your favorite publishers and genres in one place. Great. Again, I'm not going to use this. You can always tell what Apple's the most excited about, being the one that they talk about the most. And they're talking about news an awful lot. So I think we need a moment. Just moment. 4 years ago, WWDC 2011 was Steve Jobs' last keynote ever. think we need a moment of silence. Okay. I didn't want to forget that because it is 4 years essentially since he's done a keynote. And Steve Jobs was kind of a big deal for Apple, in case you hadn't figured that out. I don't know if I'd say struggling is the right word. I think, honestly, I think two things kind of led to Apple's current state. I think one, Steve Jobs is passing. I would agree with you 100% that that is a big reason. But I think also when they lost Scott Forstall. They lost Scott that same exact year for iOS 6. I think between the two of them, they couldn't keep to the standard, and it's a shame. Yeah. If you hadn't figured it out, we really don't care about this, so we're kind of ignoring it until it gets to something new. Top publishers. This will be available in the US, Australia, and the UK. Okay. Does anyone really use the quick type thing? Personally, it kind of bugs me. You can make some really cool poetry in there, but not that helpful. And it's supposed to learn how I type. The only thing I think to learn how to type is some of my acronyms that I use. No. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh, bu- 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 bu. Shortcut bar? Intrigued. I still don't have a picture yet. There we go. Oh, cut, copy, paste. Nice. Bold, italics. Okay. So now my question is, I know this will run on my iPhone 6. Will this work on my iPad too? When using a physical keyboard with your iPad, you can now use new shortcuts such as for switching. New multitask features and tools in iOS 9 help you do more things you love at the same time. Multitasking? Is this it? Are we getting a true multitask? Not just an app switcher? Again, Christmas for geeks, people. Christmas for geeks and nerds and all that lead up for nothing. I mean, come on. It's been redesigned. They wouldn't spend this much time talking about it, though, if it wasn't something newish. You know, it's been an app switcher for a while. Slide over, lets you open an app and a second app without leaving the one you're in. Thank you! I don't care. I have an iPad. I know. Craig goes through some of the new things you can do with iOS 9 on the iPad. But it makes sense for it to be on the iPad. It's too small for a phone. I get that. You know, I'm sure the Android fanboys are going to be like, well, we can do it on our phone. It's like, it's small. I don't care what size your screen is. It's still small. You know? What's the biggest Android out there? Like 5.8 or something? It's still small. 5 inches is still 5 inches. Just saying. 5 inches versus 9? It's a little different. Allows you to have 2 apps open and be active at the same time on the same screen. Nice. So they show it with Safari and Maps. I could see how that would be useful if I vacationed anywhere other than Disney. But let's face it, I pretty much just always go to Disney because I am obsessed and I am a 5-year-old at heart. So, does anyone else have the song "We Built This City on Rock and Roll" in your head? I'm serious. I'm sitting here singing, "We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll." I've been singing it this whole time. I don't know why. Cameron, this is a question actually for you. Cameron, we like it when you guest star on this channel. You're going to do more stuff on the channel. Yeah, I mean, you heard it here first, folks. I've asked him to do stuff before. I try. I try and give you what you want. I try. Picture-in-picture skills a video down in size so you can keep watching a TV show while you reply to an email. Why would you want... Okay, whatever. I know the solution to that is you use AirPlay. Although, still by far, AirPlay is still the best feature of any Apple creation. And I've not seen it done in any other product, at least as well as it. New developer APIs will be available for picture-in-picture, side over, and split view. Okay. You know, I'm sure whoever I bought those webcams, because I bought them on eBay and I got them at a heck of a deal. I got the 3 webcams, Logitech C920s, which are full 1080p. And from what I can tell, one of the better ones that Logitech makes. iOS 9 enhances the apps and features you use every day. They're wrapping up iOS 9, but they're only an hour in. They've never done a keynote within an hour. Ever. Especially WWDC. There's something else. Nice. 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 Yeah. Nice. Although that really doesn't present an issue for me. Do I have it here? I don't think I have it here. I have a external battery. It looks like Mickey Mouse, but I don't care. I got it at Disney World. I don't really care, but it works really well. And it keeps a ridiculous amount of power. Although, have you been having issues with your lightning connection? It's really touchy. Like sometimes it gets in there and okay. I wanted to make sure it wasn't me. Cause like never had this problem, but of course it does. Now watch. Instead of doing like a developer beta, they're gonna like do something crazy and just announce this today. That would be like total Christmas for geeks. But I doubt it. Because let's face it, that hasn't happened in a really long time. Exactly. Oh, does anyone else remember? Like they used to iOS 9 used to be like March, this keynote. And then they would go over it again at WWDC and announce it for a couple of weeks later. It used to come out in the summer because the iPhone came out in the summer. This used to be the iPhone event until 2011. Well, 2010 was the last one the iPhone was at. iOS 9 features a lot of new developer APIs. Gameplay, Model IO, and Replay Kit. New APIs will make games even more awesome. Because as we all learned from the Lego movie, everything is awesome. I don't know. Hey, I got to make my movie references where I can make them, and Lego was the easy one at that point. Health app can help you track everything from your workouts to how much water you drink. That's great. I don't use health at all. It's in that extras folder. How do you catch what? Well, you can input it in the health app itself. I mean, you can always open the app. It's on your phone. The workouts, I don't know how well it would be without the watch, but I don't know. HomeKit now supports new accessories like home security systems and okay. Yeah. I do not use HomeKit at all. So, because I don't have anything that supports it. I don't have a car that supports that. Okay, that's great. You can connect it wirelessly now. Continuity, man. Continuity. No, I'm just saying it's a continuity thing. They want it to be the same. Audience is keeping their eyes glued to the screen. Screen, stage, same thing. Same direction. 1,500 apps that now use Swift. Holy again, I'm horrible about checking Twitter. Horrible. Last I looked, it was like at 15. Now it's at like 106. Oh, yeah. In addition to the great performance, Swift 2 includes new features to help you be more productive. See, told you, they can't end in just an hour. They never have, they never will. Because now they got to do Metal, HomeKit, all the developer crap. Swift will be an open source later this year, available for iOS, OS X, and Linux. Linux, they said it. They gotta start somewhere. You gotta start somewhere. If making it open source, although I don't think Apple's too happy with Microsoft right now because they don't mention Windows. Developer beta today, iOS 9 available in the fall. Cameron and I will be frantically downloading and making videos on this. Stay tuned to the Chromajt channel for updates on iOS 9. I am hoping to have some videos out later tonight. Hopefully. We'll see. I'm looking at chat here. Someone is now calling you a legend, Cameron, saying that they follow the Geek Brony stuff religiously. It's kind of cool to see you integrate onto this channel. Okay, you guys got to understand, I've known Cameron long before he was Geek Brony. Well, I knew you before I even knew your YouTube handle. So, yeah. So, they're all like, the chat is exploding with, how do you guys know each other? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh my God, people. We do have lives outside of YouTube. It's hard to believe that the App Store was only launched 7 years ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's been around. It came out with iOS 2 because it came out with the iPhone 3GS. And this is the 7th iPhone. Or yeah, iPhone 3G. So they have paid over $30 billion to developers. Could they just send me a check for $30 billion just directly? I take it. 30 million my way now, please. And even has a stamped signature for Tim Cook on the check. Because we can't check without a signature. But I'm guessing Tim has to have a second signer. Be my guess. Especially a check that size. More and more developers are transforming and empowering. That's Tim Cook. Okay. I don't care. I mean, I like Tim Cook, but I don't care. And now is where Cameron and I have to stall. Great. So I said it at the top of the show. If you have not done so already, become a patron on our Patreon page. Actually, Cameron, can you go to the Patreon page on yours? Chromajt. Screen share. Second screen. Share. That full. Okay, I'm not seeing it yet. Did you turn on screen share? I have to screen share the Skype window, but you have to screen share to show Skype. Okay, $1 a month. That's all it takes. Cameron, are you a patron? But you don't support me. You gotta support me. Help a brother out, dude. You're gonna see a new patron live. He's gonna select his reward. Cameron, I know a guy who can hook you up with the extra crowd. I think it did it. Search for Chromajt, or I'll know in a second. I'll get an email. That button doesn't change though. Try it again. Would be my guess. Here, just scroll down. Scroll down. Yeah, no, it didn't go through. It would say you're supporting me underneath. $1. It's that easy, people. Please help me out. Become a patron. You got tons of rewards. If Cameron goes back to the main page for me here. You'd see all of the news or feeds from the channel. And then if you go back to the home page, or no, the home page, go back. Click home next to creator posts. So we have different pledge levels. $1 gets you hugs when appropriate in public. $5, ad-free content. $10 gets you access to getting started with Evernote. That is actually incorrect. The value went up. I changed it. I need to fix that. And we do have some other courses, and that will be at the $20 level. And then all of my courses will be in the $25 level. And then 100 per month is a simple sponsor 500 is the ultimate sponsor, and I will be forever in your debt, essentially. So back to Apple. That was my stall. I thought I did a good job. You can keep it up because they haven't been able to see it until now. It's been my face the entire time, and my face is not that attractive after a while. It gets camera shy. Mm-hmm. Still have that song stuck in my head. Not kidding. Yikey yikes. I probably have about that many. I mean, I don't have them all installed, but I actually know I probably have more than that. My library for apps is ridiculous. Let's face it, if I search for something and it doesn't come up free, essentially, or come up with the little cloud next to it, it's pretty rare. What really freaks me out is an app that I know I own, and then it flips back to making me pay for it again, and it's like, what the heck? And then I have to call Apple. Yeah, that's scary. I can't even think that. God. Tim Cook is thanking developers. So Apple Watch just came out. Do we need a new version already? It hasn't even been a year. It's been a couple months. Now, I realize we got our glimpse of the Apple Watch in September, but the fact that it just came out in April, it's been 2 months. Mm-hmm. Um, Someone in the chat's asking, on the Patreon page, you mentioned about getting courses for free. How do you go about doing that? When you become a patron, our level will send you an email through Patreon, and that will include a link to some coupon codes that you will use to get the courses for free. It will zero out the cost on the courses. Again, it's been 2 months. 2 months. I just want that stated. 2 months. Um, Kind of funny. There's a broadcast delay on the stream. So I'm watching like everything 30 seconds behind. Let's see. You can pick an image from your Photos app on your watch and set it as your watch face. You couldn't do that already? Okay. That's kind of cool. I wonder what that does to your battery, though. I know. I'm just curious. It's my own curiosity, you know. How does it? Okay, I know we're talking about Apple Watch here, but I have one thing that I noticed they didn't mention in the iOS section, and I think it's worth mentioning and wondering why they didn't do this. On the Apple Watch, you will have the ability to unlock hotel rooms from your Apple Watch. It's got an NFC chip in it, just like the phone. You know, all you do is touch your watch to the door and it will unlock the room. They can program it for you. Why didn't they do that on the iPhone? Doesn't it make sense though? Phone, wrist. I mean, I get the fact your wrist to the door, it's a convenience factor. I get that. But those of us who are too cheap to buy an Apple Watch would actually like to use that feature, just don't really want to pocket out 600 and some odd dollars on an Apple Watch. Although I do think the Apple Watch is way overpriced. Way overpriced. Sport. Because I did consider, yeah, I considered getting the Sport. But when I saw the $400 price tag, I'm like, and we're done. When Apple Watch is set aside and charging, it automatically goes into nightstand mode. Ooh, big whoop. See, this is what makes the live streams fun, is you could sit here and watch the page and be like totally silent, or you can watch it with us and get very colorful commentary. Some days. Kevin Lynch tells the audience about Watch OS 2. Reply to email directly from your wrist with smart replies, emoji, and dictation. And you can do multiple color drawings and send more colorful sketches. Yeah, that is a good point. How do you update this thing? I would think maybe through the cord? Although, is the cord USB? Okay. I didn't really pay much attention to when it came out. Fitness stuff. Okay. So now you can essentially tell Siri on the watch, start a 30-minute timer when I do a bike ride in the park. And it will start when you get to the park. I would assume it's using geolocation. See, here's my other thing with the Apple Watch. It only works if you have an iPhone 5 or newer. So if you're on the iPhone 4S, why bother getting the watch? Share your activity workout achievements via Facebook, Twitter, and messages. Why on earth would you want to? All the new features of Apple Pay are also available on the watch. Big shock. You can use the map feature for transit right on your wrist. Big shock. How did I get rid of the Skype logo? It's a setting. You can turn it off when you go full screen with Skype. Yeah. I think, yeah, it's advanced. It was advanced. Yeah. There. And the only reason I did that is because with the new Tech Corner show, I really don't want to be broadcasting Skype's logo across everything. Especially when Cameron helps host this show, because otherwise his video feed will have this nice little Skype on it. Siri, yeah. Although Siri doesn't talk on the watch, which I thought was weird. It has a speaker on it. It plays music. Whoop-de-doo. I have a lot of apps that actually work with the Apple Watch, including, it's weird, but an app called Cloud Baby. It's meant to be a baby monitor, but the unique thing about it is that because it works over your cellular data and will connect to any device that you've enabled it on, I can use it to spy on my dog, because my dog tends to make a mess of my house when I'm gone. So I can spy on the dog. Video too, and it allows you to push a button and it will let you talk to the baby, aka dog. Okay. It's cool, I guess. Honestly, we're to the point in the keynote where I'm like going, okay, how much longer? How much longer? How much longer? How much longer? Because I really want to play with iOS 9. It's the little things. I watch this so I know what the stuff is, but then I can go play with it. More watch kit. It's probably gonna be down. Down. During the post show, which will start immediately after this, you will get to witness Cameron and I install iOS 9, and we play the game of Refresh, which is always a Last one, it wasn't that bad. It was like maybe 20 minutes, maybe 10. Because I think they got smart after iOS 7. iOS 7, I don't know what it was. The keynote ended, and it took them like freaking day and a half. It wasn't really a day and a half, but it took them a long ass time to get 7 on the developer portal to download. So now I think they've gotten, but here's the thing: they waited until the keynote was over to pull it down. Now they pull it down during the event, and I think they're uploading it now while the event's going on. I think that's the smarter way to do it, because then when your keynote's over, you pretty much almost instantaneously have yeah, it's a lot smarter to do it this way. Oh, you know you want to play with iOS 9. We know how this goes. Oh, you'll live. You'll live. See what next for Apple Watch and apps. It looks like a different room. Like entirely. No, it there's something up with that room. That's not normal. Because I know where they are. They hold this at the same place every year. You know, it's not like they can, huh? I don't know what they did. Because Steve Jobs always made the comment of how he'd like to have more people at this, but we can't find a place big enough. Like, that's the largest place they can get. Will the Chromajt channel ever have its own iOS app? Probably not, because I am not getting into the mobile app industry. Yeah, I'm not messing with that. So the answer to the question is probably not. And right now I've been working a lot on the Udemy courses. We literally just, honestly, the Screencasting Made Easy, brand new course. It just launched a couple hours ago. I submitted it for review a few days ago. They just approved it like a couple hours ago. So you guys will be like the first few people to get in on that course. And I'm currently working on a Disney World planning because Disney is not like any other vacation destination. It takes a lot of planning to do a Disney trip, and I have learned so much in the many times I've been to Disney World that I figured I should share my knowledge of it and make $200 on it. Although it's funny, Cameron, before I talked to you, before we got the Skype call and everything going, I recorded a video earlier today, 18 minutes long, and that's just one video for the entire course. And I literally just started working on the course today. Okay. I um Whoops. I don't know why I typed my passcode. I could have simply just unlocked with my thumbprint. I don't know why that didn't dawn on me. Because they'll release it with iOS 9. They want to keep it all on the same date. I know how they roll. Another chat question. Do you know when the iPhone will be rolling out? It will probably be September or October. My guess is September. Well, they used to. I'm like, don't say that because it did happen for years. This event, and I get what they did. Steve Jobs was kind of the stimulus behind what they did, in the fact that iOS, or the iPhone, kind of became the center stage of WWDC. They wanted to get WWDC back to being about what it's meant to be about, developers. So 2011's WWDC, it dropped to Mac OS 10, iOS, if you can believe it, iOS 5, and Mac OS, not Mac, iCloud. Like, there was something like new and revolutionary that year. I just don't remember what it is. Oh, DNA. Oddly enough, here, breaking news. I haven't even done a review on them yet. I'm not using them right now because this computer doesn't have support for it. I now own a pair of Beats by Dre wireless headphones. It was a little painful spending $200 on a pair of headphones, but I do now have a pair of Beats by Dre. They're worth it, but it's $200 on a freaking pair of headphones. It's $200 on a freaking pair of headphones. Oh my God, they're doing one more thing. Okay, it better be a good one more thing. The last time did a one more thing, it was the Apple Watch. And Tim did it perfectly the last time. The one more thing, if those of you who are new to Apple keynotes, was trademarked by Steve Jobs. It was kind of the last big thing of the event. And it was some groundbreaking feature. FaceTime was a one more thing. There were a lot of things that Steve did one more thing on, and it's always okay. If it's like the one that's in the beta, it's not going to be that much different. I mean, that was the big thing for the beta, was it was a new music app. I'm guessing iTunes Radio is going to go away, and I'm guessing it's going to be something more like Spotify, introducing Apple Music. Jimmy Lovin takes the stage. Oh, good God, I am scared. What was I saying? But yeah. So Apple Music, I'm not sure. My guess, if I had to guess, it's going to be a subscription-based service, which if it's what I think it's going to be, it might make me drop Spotify. I might drop Spotify if it's what I think this is going to be. I like it. For one simple fact that I can rewind and I can actually select my list a little bit more. I have a little finer grain control on it. And And heck, the only reason I joined it is I got one heck of a deal on Spotify back around Christmas. It was 99 cents for 3 months. It's a radio, but it's a little more than a radio. You have more control. Like I can go and I can search for a specific song and play that specific song. It's not like Pandora where you set up a station. You can do radio stuff like that, but there is more grainer. I used Pandora. I've heard of it. I don't use it. I've heard of it. I've never used it really, though. Hang on. Right now, the music experience is fragmented. Fans need to use a lot more different services to listen and connect with their favorite music art. It's going to be a Spotify killer, essentially. My guess is, if I had to take a guess, is the pricing model will be if you have iTunes Match, because that seems to be what they've been doing so far, you will get the service, whatever it is. And if you don't have iTunes Match, you'll either not get the service at all, or you will get a version of the service with ads and it will be extremely limited. That would be my guess. Although iTunes Match, it really is a no-brainer. I mean, do you do iTunes Match? Okay. Do you know what iTunes Match is? Okay. It's a no-brainer for me because I can store all my music in the cloud. It's $24 for the year. But it's more than just music. It does video. You can store all your movies in the cloud. It really was a no-brainer for me to do it. It's $25 for a year. Done. You can't beat that price. You know, it's an auto renew. It just bills every year for $25 and I'm done. We got another question. Can you do monthly payments on iTunes Match? I don't think so. I think you have to do yearly. I don't think they have a structure set up for month to month. Although it's always smarter to do yearly payments than it is to do month to month. You're going to spend a lot more on it if you do month to month. Because I used to do month to month on Evernote, and it got a little pricey. I realized I was paying more than I needed to. Okay. Still not really sure what this is going to be. I mean, I have my guesses. Is there a way to get iOS running on a Windows computer? Why on earth would you want to? Jimmy talks about it. I'm sure there's a way to do it, but God, why on earth would you not want to even? Okay. Okay, do they have enough Macs on that stage? There's 3 sitting right next to each other. They have a new music icon. I actually kind of like that music icon. Sort of. I don't like the pastels, but it's just kind of going back to the whole thing of I don't like pastels. Um, Hey, Cameron, do you still have the thank you video? Or yeah, you do. Go to the thank you for your pledge page. It's one more tab over. One more tab. I probably need to redo that video. I did that when oh my God, that was a long time ago. Because I don't even have that chair anymore. Good God. Okay. You just proved to me that I need to update that. Probably. Okay, back to Apple. Appleage. It's the same dumb show with Chromajt. Oh, wait, wrong show. You'll hear that for the first time tomorrow, and Cameron's already in the intro because I kind of assumed he would say yes, and I just went ahead and put him in there. Yeah. So it's your face pops up in it after mine. I stalked your Facebook and I grabbed a picture off your Facebook page. And you'll also get to hear Cameron's Gadget Warehouse tomorrow, although I got to fix the audio because it still says another name in there. I got to change that out. I'm not expecting you to be there tomorrow. I'm planning to do the entire thing tomorrow by myself, but 24/7 global radio and a new way to connect with artists. This looks. See, here's the thing. iTunes Radio came out. No one really ever used it. It wasn't that great. I mean, it was Pandora. It was Pandora. It was Pandora in Apple's app. Yeah. I mean, Pandora, the thing that sucked about Pandora is you had 6 skips, and once you hit your 6, you couldn't skip anymore for an hour. Apple Music is revolutionary music service. Okay, that just changed on me. Okay, that's nice. You can do that in Spotify. That's nice to know that they're going to bring that in. I don't know. They're talking like this is going to be an iTunes radio killer, which good riddance. Does anyone else notice that they keep using the white iPhone? The black iPhone has not made an appearance all day. What do they got against black? Yeah, we're not going there, Cameron. 24/7 global radio. Apple Music will have a groundbreaking 24/7 radio station. It'll go in 100 countries: LA, New York, and London. So, Cameron, I don't know if I told you this. I actually booked my next Disney vacation yesterday, or at least part of my trip. I couldn't do the whole thing yesterday because I am now a Disney Vacation Club member and I can book on points and not to spend money on hotels while I'm there. Who's Good God, people. Oh, God. It's the person that was your alternative wondering, do you still need me for the hill? It's like, dude, A, you're late. B, I think I got it covered. Just a little bit. You're only 2 hours late, but okay. It's typical for Apple. They start at noon and they easily go for 2.5 hours. You gotta remember, this is blocked on their schedule that everybody attends. This is the opening of WWDC. This is the first thing they do, you know, because it's 3 o'clock for me and 2 o'clock for you, but it's only 12 o'clock there, you know. Oh, they're integrating Beats by Dre. Single place to connect with fans. Cameron, do you have anything you want to promote while we're waiting? You don't have a Patreon page or anything? Use it. Blah, 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 blah. We're still going through all the Apple Music stuff. Not this is the part where it gets hard because whenever they show the videos, we get little text snippets of the video. And all same for the demos. Heck, some of the times we don't even see anything of the demos. We are purely relying on this one stream. While we're waiting, you want to check Twitter real quick? See where we're at and tweets. Woohoo! Nor do I. Someone in the chat wants to know what our audio setup is. I am currently using a lapel mic connected into the line in, which is going into a free piece of software called Voice Meter Banana, and that is managing the audio. Yeah, the only sucky thing about this lapel is it is mono, and luckily you can convert mono to stereo in Voice Meter. So yeah, mine is pretty even. I mean, I have it set fairly decently. It's a little weird because essentially the way this is working is Cameron is on Skype. Skype's audio is routing through my computer, and then my computer is pushing out the audio. So it's set fairly correctly on my end. I don't know. Let us know as it sounds. Like I said, we will be pulling the video off of YouTube. We're going to download it as soon as it's done. We will swap out the audio channel, and we should be good to go there. because we have been recording, because I literally started the recording at the top of the show. We have been going for 4 hours and 3 minutes on here. That can't be right. It's saying 4. I don't. It might be. Could be close depending on when I hit the record button. Because actually, I think I might have hit it a little early. So, but still, an extra hour. I don't know. Figure it out later. Okay. Still nothing new on the Apple site that I can see. Oh, here comes a new update. Apple Music gives artists the opportunity to express themselves to fans on the deepest level, building relationships that last a lifetime. Okay, really? Are you going to build a relationship with an artist and a fan that deeply? Come on, people. Now, I will admit, I do know a couple artists, and I actually do know them fairly well. Eddie Q is now going to do a demo. Oddly enough, here is your random piece of news that you probably didn't know I knew this person. I actually know Adam Levine. I have a friend that knows him and introduced us, and I actually know Adam Levine. So, does anyone else like Eddie Q? Because I really don't. He bugs me. Comment. Honestly, yeah. The only thing I'll need to do is I will need to cancel my Spotify subscription because I don't want to keep, because right now it auto pays every month. I really don't need that to auto deduct anymore. Actually, I could probably do it right now while I'm sitting here. Another question. I am new to live streaming and want to start doing my own broadcast type stuff like you guys are doing. What are you using to manage the broadcast? Currently, I'm running a Google Plus Hangout. Normally, I use XSplit, and it normally works fine. But for some odd reason, it wasn't working real well today, and this was running a little smoother on my machine. So we're just using a Google Plus Hangout. And then we reroute the audio, which is always fun. With Apple, who knows? Here's the thing. Nothing else is going to start until this is over. So you can reorder and choose the next song in the album or playlist or skip the next track altogether. Apple Music, what you like. And you'll get hand-picked music based on your taste. So essentially, they're going to watch what you listen to and what you like, and they're going to make recommendations based on that. Aggregating data, pretty common. Exactly. That is going to come up with some really interesting thoughts for me, considering I know what I listen to a lot of. It's going to get interesting. My days of showing my music app are over. Okay, that's fine. You know what? I expected this to be over 10 minutes ago. So, hey, Cameron, before you forget, message me your username and password for your developer account so that way I can get in to download iOS 9. Yeah, maybe stop screen sharing before, yeah. And hang on. Actually, here, I can. Hang on. Well, no, hang on. I have an idea. We'll just do that. Okay, you're invisible now. Yeah, it's back on me. Um, thousands of music videos with no ads. Oh, I didn't look at it that closely. I just glance. Uh, bu- 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 bu. No, the problem is I already am registered. I need the download. I have the UDID part down. That's not the issue. I need the download link because who knows how long some of those sites will take to. If you want it quickly, you go through Apple. I know that trick. They should be. I mean, they're running out of stuff. They don't do anything with the iPod line really anymore. I mean, heck, I don't even remember when the last iPod. No, there's been one since then. There was a touch in there somewhere. Maybe iOS 7. Was it? No, because they did one with Touch ID. Yeah, but then they also did one with Touch ID. Touch ID didn't come out until last year or 2 years ago, 2013. I don't know. I don't have an iPod anymore. I don't use it, even if I had one. Probably none. I had an iPod Touch third generation, and at the time that was the current gen when I bought it. And I sold it maybe 2 years ago. 2 years ago, because even if I still had it, the most current version of iOS you could run on it, I think, was iOS 5. And heck, it took me months to get iOS 5 on that thing because I had an iPhone and yeah. The iPod started to collect dust after that year. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no, they still make them. They just don't update them as frequently. So, Cameron, when was the last day of school? Last week? So, what are you now? You're a junior? Good God. God, my senior year was 2009, 2010. And I had one class all third period every term. I had same class every day, second period all year. And really the only two classes that ever changed were my first and fourth period. But that was because I was EVN and a whole bunch of other crap. Which actually, I say crap, but if it hadn't been for EVN, I probably wouldn't be doing what I do today. You know, EVN was really the stimulus for me to get into video production and do live streams and all that stuff. You know, until EVN, microphone was a pretty little wire. Now you've taken Intro to Broadcast Journalism, right? You gonna take it? Cool. It'll be your third hour. It's third period. You eat first lunch with the exception of Tuesdays because you record EVN on Tuesdays. Tuesday, you kind of eat whenever you get done. There are some days you don't get lunch on Tuesday. It's just because we have to record the show and it takes a while to do it. So, and as a senior, Olson will probably have you be a producer. Although, depending on when you have it, he'll make you TD first before he'll have you produce. Apple Music will be available on Windows and Android. Android. Yeah, it's going to be $9.99 a month with the first 3 months free. Families of up to 6 people can share a membership for $14.99 a month. That is a no-brainer purchase. $10 a month? Is there a yearly subscription, though, that you could just pay the year? I mean, although your first 3 months are free, so this will come out. It's coming out essentially today because they said it will be an 8.4. They said it would be an 8.4. Oh, June 30th. Okay. I already have 8.4, so. And even if you are not a member, you can still use Apple Music to follow your favorite artists and listen to Beats One for free. Yep. I will probably be subscribing just because Spotify can go bye-bye. I really thought they would include it with Match. It just was kind of like that no-brainer. But maybe this was the only way they could get the record labels to play along, which would be my guess. is they might have had to charge a separate fee for it. Well, hopefully my mail is here. Obviously, I can't leave because I'm kind of tethered to my computer at the moment. But as soon as this is over, I will be going to check the mail and then frantically download iOS 9. And then you guys were asking, actually, guys, in the comments, leave a comment of what demos you want to see us do with iOS 9. Cameron and I are more than willing to make demos. I will plan on doing maps on Saturday afternoon. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'll figure out a way to do it from the car. You know, heck, when does that start? Well, Saturday is when I'm in the car, so I'll figure out how to do something with maps. Do you think you can do any videos after the convention? Okay. Yeah. Stay tuned to this channel today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Well, actually, if I'm recording it Saturday, I probably won't be able to post it till Sunday at the earliest. And then for sure next week, as well, as we learn more about iOS 9. Actually, Cameron, can you register a device for me? I'll give you the info in just a minute here. I gotta look it all up. I want you to do my iPad 2. The weekend. Or weekend? It's missing an E there. Oh, okay. Well, let's see. My guess is this guy is going to play him out. Tim will go back on. He'll kind of wrap things up. So they are definitely winding down here. Why don't we go ahead and do this? Cameron, where can they find you for more stuff from you? And then for me, you guys obviously know how to find me on YouTube. You can like us on Facebook. It's Chromajt is the Facebook page. You can support me on Patreon. I would greatly appreciate it. I appreciate all my patrons. You can follow me on Twitter at JT Laurier, at Chromajt. They're me, both of them. I don't care which one you follow. And then any other social links that I am missing? Not that I can think of off the top of my head. And then obviously YouTube is just Chromajt. And then starting tomorrow will be the Tech Corner. It is its own YouTube channel, so you do need to go subscribe to it. And it will be syndicated out as a podcast. We're going to figure out how to get it onto an RSS feed and get it out as a podcast. And we will be recording that tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. If you want to watch it live, we are working on getting a website to have you go to the website to watch the live feed. That will be coming hopefully in the next couple of weeks here. So they're having a music performance. Some guy looks like he's floating, from what I can tell. The little bitty dot's probably something backstage. Okay. So thank you everybody for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this year's WWDC. Cameron and I are going to watch the final few minutes here. But I think we are probably safe to wrap this up. This has been a very, very long broadcast. A lot longer than I intended it to be. Almost 2.5 hours now already. So thank you, everybody. Pre-show will be within 30 minutes of this broadcast ending. So probably... Or post-show. Oopsie. Not pre. Not pre. Pre's already happened. Video's on YouTube right now. That video will be deleted momentarily. So, thanks everybody. See ya.